Hello everyone, welcome to the video, and in this video we are going to create this amazing dashboard using ChatGPT and Excel. So yeah, you heard it right. You can also build this kind of dashboard just using ChatGPT and Excel, and we will see how to do that in this particular video. So now talking about this dashboard. If you see this particular dashboard, here we have a slicer that shows the different product type, that is clothing and electronics, and here we see the total sales, and then we have the total sales by month, and then we can compare the sales for different regions like north and south regions are there and how the sales is going on, right? So this is a fictitious data set, just for demonstration that how we can leverage chat gpt to create this kind of dashboard. And this is fully dynamic. You see, if I click on electronics, the data are changing. You can see the totals and all these trends. This particular one, it is changing, so it is fully dynamic. So you see, and we can create this in minutes using ChatGPT. Now let's see how to do that. This is my sales data, right? This is the data we have. This is a very small data that I curated for this analysis. So we have a month column where we have different months, then a region column where we have north and south, two regions, and in the product type column we have two kinds of product. One is electronics and clothing, and then in the sales amount we have the different sales amount for different combinations of month, region, and product type. Now let's say you have given this data and you have no idea what to do. So we can craft a question and ask ChatGPT to give us something, right? So let's open ChatGPT. So I have already opened ChatGPT, and let me ask the question too. Okay. So I have already written my question. I'll just paste it and we will read it out together. So it says, I have a data set with the following column headers in Excel. So I'm giving the context to ChatGPT that whatever the things I have, and then I'm asking, tell me how can I create a dynamic data dashboard in Excel with slicer and filter. So I'm not giving anything like, I want to do this or do that. I'm just giving, I just want some kind of analysis, and I want to create a dashboard which is dynamic that uses slicers and filters, like just like that. So let's ask this question and see what ChatGPT comes up with. Yeah, you see it is giving us different steps. Very nice. And let's see, let it complete and we will go through it. Okay, okay. Let's see, so detailed. The answer is so detailed manner. See, 8-step process it has given us. So maybe some of the steps are not very useful, but let's see. So it says that ensure your data is organized with headers in Excel. So it is organized, and we have month, region, product type, and sales. As you can see it, everything is organized. Then it is saying that select your data set, go to insert tab, click on table, make sure to check the box as table, my table as a header. So basically it's saying that make it as a table, right? So basically if you go here, if you go to insert and click in this one, this will become a table. Okay, so let's make it a table. Okay, my table has a header, it says that check that, so we'll check that. So now it becomes a table. So table is actually, if you have a data set and you have the luxury of converting that into table, always do that, because table has a lot of advantages over just cells in the spreadsheet. Okay, especially when you are analyzing something. And then it says that click on any cell within your table, go to insert tab and click on pivot tables. In the dialog box, confirm the data range and choose whether to place pivot table in a new worksheet or the existing one. Then it's saying that drag the fields month, region, and product type into rows or column section of the pivot tables, right? So yeah, let's see, now we know how to create a pivot table. Let's say, so when we started, we don't have any idea how to do or how to deal with this data, but now we know. So let's go to insert tab and then click on the pivot table. So now it says that table range. So since we have converted this into a table, it is telling that the table range is table 1 because the name of the table is table 1. This is the default name. Now I want to create a pivot table in a new worksheet. Okay, so let me click on OK. So you see it created a new worksheet. Okay, and in the pivot field it is saying that drag the suitable things into filters, columns and rows and values. If you see, it is saying that here drag the fields month, region, product type into rows and column section of the pivot table. So let me drag the month to rows and the region to columns and maybe product type to filters and sales amount to values. So now you see product type, we can select clothing, or maybe if you say you can select all, or maybe you can select clothing. So this is for clothing, and then you can also select for electronics. So this is for electronics, and then we have months here, and then we have north and south, and then for different regions, the sales for different regions. And so this is already dynamic. You see, just using a few drag and drop menu and using chat gpt, we are able to create a pivot table like this. Now let's read it out. What else? So it's saying that adding slicer. So click anywhere on the pivot table, go to insert tab and click on slicer. Choose any field you want to use as a slicer, right? So let's click here, let's go to insert and let's go to, it says slicer, right? Slicer is right here, so let's click on slicer. Now let's say we want a product type as slicer, right? So if I click on OK, so yeah, so what is the difference between this filter and slicer? Well, technically nothing, but visually you can see it is looking more good. So there is a drop down option and you can click here and see, if I'm clicking this one is also changing. So if I click on clothing, this is also changing into clothing. Electronics, this is also changing into electronics. This is because this particular slicer is created from this particular pivot table. That's why it is on sync with the pivot table. Okay, now let's see. Then it's saying creating charts. Select your pivot table, go to insert tab, choose the desired chart type, bar or line chart, customize chat as needed, title, access level. Okay, now we know how to create chats then. Okay, so click on anywhere in the pivot table, go to insert as per the instruction given by ChatGPT, create a suitable chart. Now we know for January, February, like this kind of data, where monthly data, it is better to show it in trends. So let me click on line chart and click it like this. So yes, you see, we created this particular north south region data here, and this is dynamic as well. Wow, you see, just in a few minutes we created this amazing chart, right? Now let's see what else. Then it's saying testing and finalizing, connecting slicer to chart. Click on the chart, go to pivot table chart analyzer. Okay, click on the chat, go to pivot table chart analyzer. Okay, this one we got it already there. Then it says that click on insert slicer, choose the slicers you have created. Okay, insert slicer, and this is the product type slicer that we need. Click on OK. So basically it created duplicated since we already created this one, so it's not required. So maybe I can delete this one. And now you see, this is also working, and it is also sync with the chart and the pivot table. So everything is in sync, perfect sync, right? So you see how easily I created this chart, right? And in case, let's say, you using all these things, also you can also, like for example, here also I can change to product type. So here also, if I want, let's say, electronics, so you see everything changes to electronics. And here also region, also if I want to select like any region, if I want to see only one region, I can do that. Or month, here also if I want to deselect some of the month, then I can do that, and the same changes will be reflected in this pivot table as well. But I don't want to see all this in my chart, right? So what can I do? If I go to pivot table chart analyzer, there is an option called field buttons, right? And just click on hide all, right? So now it's gone. And chat gpt also says that we can add chat data labels and everything load. So let's say we have to provide some access title, so right, or not maybe access title, maybe chart title, right? So chart title is here, and we can provide any chart title. So something like monthly trend. So you can give it, take your time to format it, you know, provide appropriate color, or maybe if there is a brand color, you can do that. And but the main thing is, I want to create a separate sheet for my dashboard. So how to do that, how to move this chart? So there is a very good option. So just right click on the chart when selecting, and then there is an option called as move chart, right? So if I click on move chart, then either I can create a new chart set, or maybe I can place it on any of the basically on any of the sheets that is present. So if I want to take it to the sales data sheet, okay, if I click on okay, now this is gone. Now here it is, here it comes, okay. And this is already in sync with um, this one. So if I change it to clothing, right, if I go here, now this one is for clothing actually, okay. And if I want to take this particular slicer to the other sheet, all I have to do is just, you know, control X to cut, and here I just need to give control V. And if I change it, now see everything is in sync. I change it to electronics. If I go to sheet 6, this is also electronics, right? And let's say I want to see the total numbers, right? So if you see my dashboard here, I have total sales as well, and this is also dynamic. How can I do that? How can I get this particular one? So very simple. If you go to here, let's say, okay, here I want, click on equal to, go to our pivot table. This is my grand total, right? So I just click here and click on enter. So now as I change, this is also changing, and this is nothing reflecting this particular number in this particular sheet. Simple formula. And in this dashboard, if you see, all I did is those things only. We created charts. Here also I created charts, added titles. Then here I can change the slicer. I have added slicer, and you already know how to add slicers. And this is the number equal to get pivot data, which is I'm getting from this particular pivot, which is driving this particular dashboard. And then here I have another chart just to show the overall trend, right? And just coloring the background text font, increasing the text font, and then coloring the text font. That's what I have done rest of the thing. But now you got the technical stuff, right? You know how to create a chart, how to move a chart to the other sheet, how to create a slicer, how to make everything dynamic. You know all of it. And with just a little bit of designing skills, you can create this amazing dashboard for you. I hope you understand how easy it is with ChatGPT helping you to create such amazing dashboards in Excel in minutes, even if you don't know much about Excel. Isn't that amazing? So, yeah, we have more amazing stuffs coming on. Stay tuned, stay safe, and I will see you next time.